Hi, I haven't posted a video on this channel for 3 million years. I am aware of that. I am just so busy, you know. I am so incredibly busy. No, I'm not. I have work to do, yes, that's true. But it's not like huge amounts of work. Not like I can't keep up or something. But I just figured tonight I want to make a video for this channel because I haven't done it for a really long time. And I just want to talk about acting because why not? And what's got me thinking about this is that, well, I'm in the middle of a voiceover job right now, which is great. But it's just gotten me thinking about acting because there are actually new challenges in this voiceover job, which, to be honest, I'm happy about because I haven't, if you do this as a job, it's kind of like you have these things that you do or these types of jobs that you do, and you don't necessarily get challenged that much or that often because you will just, get used to the things that you do and that you are most often booked for, and then you just do them. You are efficient at them, and there isn't really anything new that you would have to, like, not every order is like there's something new to do or there's like a new challenge. But in this one, there is. And I am currently filming my process of recording that too. And I'm very hopeful that maybe I will be able to post that for you once the whole thing is completed. But it's just gotten me thinking about acting because this order is challenging me in that way that I'm actually having to act something or like be in a way that I normally wouldn't be. So it's kind of like a new challenge for me in voiceover. And so now I'm just thinking about acting in general. And this is probably gonna be a long one, so I suggest that you just treat this video like a podcast and go and do something because there's nothing interesting going to be going on the screen here. It's just gonna be me. Unless you really like looking at me, then you're welcome to do that. But otherwise, there's nothing gonna be going on here, so you're probably better off doing something. By the way, if you're wondering what the hell is in my ear, these are actually earplugs that I got for myself. I had to get them because, honestly, it's because of my neighbors, because, like, sometimes I want to make a video like this, but I can still hear them, like, doing stuff, and even if they're not being, like, super loud, I can still hear them. And it kind of messes with my own concentration. So then I feel like I can't concentrate on what I want to talk about and convey in a video. And so I was like, I need to do something about this. So I got myself some earplugs. And they're, like, can you see them? I think they're kind of cute. Just pink loops. And yeah, it's a little bit strange to be talking with having earplugs in, but I can hear myself just fine. And I don't really hear anything else that's going on here. And I hope you don't either, because I figured that the microphone doesn't really pick this up. But my ears pick it up if there's something going on. And honestly, I should have gotten myself these earplugs a long time ago, because they also help me outside. And they help me with noise coming from traffic and all that. So that's great. Just in case you're wondering, like, what the hell is in her ear? It's just some earplugs. Okay, so acting and my relationship with acting. I feel like it's really changed over the years because I myself have become more of a centered and a peaceful person, even though I was never like a not peaceful person, but I have just come into my own, I guess, more over the years. And that's made me more centered. When I first started out with acting, I wasn't really like that. Obviously, because I was a lot younger, for one thing, and because I haven't officially been taught how to do this. I haven't had any teacher or mentor or something like that. And I haven't been to drama school because I didn't get in, even though I tried. I have a video about that here on this channel. You could check out if you wanted to, where I tell that story of what that was like. And so I've kind of had to figure this out on my own a lot. And when I was first starting out, that was so difficult for me because I had no guidance, for one thing. And so I just always felt like I don't know what I am doing. And even to this day, I just kind of feel like I don't know what I'm doing. But these days, I just kind of trust myself more, if that makes sense. But back then, I really didn't because I wasn't centered like that. And I hadn't gotten to that kind of place with myself. And so it was very difficult because I had no guidance, but at the same time, I was very impressionable. So I would basically think, as a very young actor, that anybody's approach, like anytime I heard anything about anybody's approach, I would think that has to be my approach too. Because, as I say, I hadn't been taught anything, so I didn't know how you're supposed to do this acting thing. So anytime there was any actor, it didn't even matter who this was. If anytime there was any actor out there who was talking about their approach, I would think automatically, oh, okay, so this has to be my approach too. And then some other actor would come along who would have a completely different approach. Could be the complete opposite approach even. And I would hear that, and then I would be like, oh, okay, I guess that has to be my approach then. You can see there was no centeredness. And I was just going with whatever anybody said. And I had no anchor of my own at all. Because I thought, well, these people are actors and they are doing this in this way, so that means I must do it this way too. Because that's how it's done. And it didn't matter if somebody had a completely opposite approach from somebody else. I would still think, oh, okay, I guess I have to do it this way then. And then some third person would come along and be like, well, I do it like this. And I would be like, oh, okay, scratch all of that. I'm going to do it this way then. And it's so crazy to me now to be thinking about that because that's, to me, now feels like completely insane behavior. But it makes sense. If you haven't been taught and you don't know what you're doing, and you wish that you had somebody that could give you some kind of knowledge, but you just don't. So then you think that you have to be all of these different things because these other actors are being that way. And these other actors have been taught. So you think, I have to be that way too. But now I feel very differently because now, well, this is just me, but I have come to feel that acting really is a very intuitive profession. Like, yes, there are approaches that you can learn and approaches that other people have come up with and approaches that are very famous and all that. And if you go to drama school, they're going to teach you these approaches. I understand all of that. But I still feel that at the end of the day, you have your own path with it, your own journey with it, and you have to figure out your own method, you know? I guess it's a good thing to know about these other things. But you still have your own journey with it. You still have to find your own way with it. And if you ask me, I don't think that there is any right way or any wrong way with this. Because it just feels to me like very, very intuitive. And I know that's kind of an annoying response because sometimes I would hear that in interviews with actors and they would just tell you stuff like, oh, I use my own intuition or I do what I feel like should be done. And if you're somebody who's trying to learn about this, you're just kind of like, well, thanks for nothing then. Because that's not something that I can, it feels like that's not something that I can take on if you're looking for things to take on from somebody else. You just use your intuition and you do what you feel like. How's that supposed to help me do anything? It feels kind of like that. But now I feel like they're actually teaching you to listen to your own intuition, to find what your own inner voice is telling you. Because you do have an inner voice, you do have your own intuition that's telling you, and that is like tailor-made. It's tailor-made for you. I am learning to listen to my own intuition. I'm learning to listen to my own higher self. It tells me how to do this thing and what's best for me. Like, yes, I would still love if I had somebody that I could learn from, things that I don't know, because there's so much that I just don't know and so much that I just don't have experience with at all. And I'm just kind of out here on my own, still to this day. Still out here on my own. And so, yeah, I would love to hear about these experiences that somebody else has or the knowledge that somebody else has. But even then, I still know that even if somebody is telling me something, I can't just take it on automatically and be like, okay, I'm going to do this because so-and-so said that I should do this. Because that's so-and-so's approach. But it might not work for me. But anyway, even if somebody is here telling me these things about acting and they have a lot of experience, I will love to listen to that, but I know that I still have to put it through my own intuition because I am not so-and-so, It's all valid. Their experience is valid and everything, but that doesn't guarantee that this is the right thing for me to do, So I still have to filter it through my own intuition before I do anything. And I am so glad that I have come to understand this now. And that I've really started to feel like this is okay to do. And I feel like it's something that you should do rather than just be listening to whoever telling you whatever. It's one thing to learn from people, but you really should try to look at it from the perspective of, does this make sense for me? Because I am not that other person, And so I just really feel like I've come into my own a lot more, and now I listen to myself a lot more. And I asked my higher self, like, what do you think about this? What makes sense for me? What do you think makes sense for me? I feel like I'm a lot more centered now. I feel like I'm actually finding something that makes sense for me. And I'm also finding that it's okay to do things differently. It's great that there are so many approaches out there, and it's great to know about them. But that doesn't mean that this is the only way to do things, and it doesn't mean that this is the only way to act, in my opinion. At the end of the day, what does really matter here? I feel like what really matters is this whatever you are doing and however you are doing it and however you are getting there. Is this believable or not? Does this work or not? So what does it matter what your approach is? If it is believable and it works, what does it matter how you got here? Whether it was through some conventional approach that you've been taught in a drama school or something completely, I don't know, unhinged that you came up with yourself. If this worked, and if this is believable, and the result is great, what does it matter? That's kind of how I feel about things these days. And I feel like you have to give yourself permission to approach it that way. And not be listening so much to other people. At least not be listening to them in this way where you're like, I will do everything so-and-so says, without any consideration about who I am and what works for me and what I know about myself. I feel like you can't be like, I don't consider myself at all and I will just listen to so-and-so because of the experience that they have or something. I think you need to find a balance. So that's just one thing that I've been thinking about. The other thing I've been thinking about is how I feel like I am so different as an actor than I am as like myself in my everyday life. Because myself in my everyday life, I would say that I am a very calm, centered, peaceful person. You know, I am an earth sign, and I have a lot of earth sign influence. So I am not typically in a hurry. And I am typically not impulsive in any kind of way. Like I'm kind of the opposite of that. And like I'm very measured. I like to have things figured out and structured and planned. And that's just how I am. But I have noticed this about myself, that as an actor, whenever I'm acting something, not so much in voiceover, which is interesting. But if it's like on stage, and I'm sure it would be the same if it's like on screen, but just physical acting. If I am acting something, I seem to be like a very impulsive actor. It's just, it has amazed me before because I've just realized that if I am acting something and I'm being some kind of character, then I guess I really am kind of impulsive. And I really am kind of fearless in a way that surprises me pretty often. I was thinking about this one instance before. I was being a character in something, and this was some kind of event that we were at with my theater troupe at the time. We were at this event. There wasn't really like a huge audience there, but there were still like a considerable amount at this event. And I was being like some sort of kind of a little bit like unhinged as a character. And what I was doing And this event, it was like a party. So there were some drunk people there. But we were at this event, and I was playing this sort of unhinged character. And for some reason, the audience really was loving that. Like that performance that I was doing. Once the performance was sort of over, like just when it ended, and I'm telling you that there were some drunk people there, right? Somebody in the audience just yelled out to me, hey, so-and-so, like my character's name, like, hey, so-and-so, come and do a shot with me. Someone yelled that out. And me, then, in response, and in character, I just, no second thought at all. I, got up off the stage. I went straight to that person. This person handed me a shot glass, and I just literally, downed that thing. And I put it on the table. And then, I walk away to backstage. And as I was walking away, somebody yelled, so-and-so is underage. And it was so funny because I yelled back, no, I'm not. And it was true. I was not underage. But I guess it's kind of been a thing my whole life. But people seem to think that I am younger than I am. I don't know if they think that today. I'm 28. Would you think that I'm 28? I don't know. I was 22 or something at that time, but people would still think that I was underage. And so somebody just yelled out from the audience, so-and-so is underage, oh no. And I yelled back, no, I'm not. But then I got backstage and my first thought was what the fuck did I just do? This is just for anybody listening out there who is interested in acting. Don't do stuff like that. Don't just go up to some random person who is offering you a shot glass and actually do that. That's completely unhinged, insane behavior. That, I didn't know whose shot glass this was or if somebody had been drinking from that, for one thing, and should not be doing shots as an actor. At least that's what I think. Should not be doing that on the job, Not even in a situation like this, if you're just trying to play with the audience or whatever. You should not do what I did in this scenario. Just going up to this person, their table, and just actually doing the shot. And this was vodka or something in there. It wasn't water or something, And so I got backstage and I was my first thought was just what the fuck did I just do? Why did I do that? And then I thought, I really I need to control myself, because what the hell was that? I've just noticed that about myself before. It's just if I am acting something, I just seem to have this sort of impulsive personality. And it never made sense to me, because I myself, Kelly, is not impulsive. Never in a million years would I think that I need to do something like that. Never in a million years would I walk up to a table, as me, as Kelly, and just do something like that. But if I am in character, I could just do sort of whatever, and I just don't care. And I guess that can be a good thing, because I do think that acting is a very kind of embarrassing profession. Not in the sense that acting itself is embarrassing, but you you have to do a lot of things that are kind of embarrassing, and you can't get embarrassed. Or you at least can't care about it. You still have to do the thing, you know? So it can be good if you are just like able to throw yourself into something in this way. So that is like the good side of this. However, you do need to have like some sort of self-control, because I didn't know what the hell that was. But I have noticed that about myself before, that if I am in character, I can do almost whatever with like no second thought about it. And it's only after I've done the thing and I start thinking about it that I'm like, what the fuck did I just do? Should not have done that. Like, what just got into me? And that never made sense to me. But something else that I am into, and this is going to make sense, so stay with me. Something else that I am into is astrology. And I'm not like some kind of astrologer. I don't really have like a lot of knowledge about this. But I still think that by now I have maybe more than the average person. You know, I know more than I just know what my sun sign is or what my rising is or something like that. I know more than that. And so in astrology, there are these asteroids that you can study or you can look into. And one of the asteroids is called Actor. It's so interesting. There's an asteroid called Actor. And if you are an actor, or if you would like to be an actor, this asteroid can be very interesting for you to study or look into, because it can reveal things about you as an actor. Things like how you would be like as an actor, or what you would do. Stuff like that. And then there is something called persona charts. I think many people are familiar with things like natal charts, stuff like that. Well, a persona chart, again, I am not an astrologer, so if somebody is, I'm sorry if I'm getting this wrong. But this is like my very basic understanding of this. A persona chart is like taking something out of your natal chart, like let's say your sun sign. Like your sun, you want to know more about your sun, like just your sun. As if your sun was like a person. It's basically a persona chart is like a natal chart for your sun in that case. So you can go like deeper into understanding what your sun is about. And you can do that with the asteroids too, I think. And so you can take this Actor asteroid and make a persona chart of this asteroid, and it will tell you what this asteroid is about for you, what makes up this asteroid. And so I did that one time, and because I was just curious. And then it suddenly made sense. Why the hell am I so impulsive as an actor? Because if I take my actor asteroid and I make a persona chart of this, what I see is that pretty much all of my like very important planets, like personal planets and all that, you could just guess what sign they are in. If you guessed that they are in a fire sign, you would be correct. Almost everything in that chart, as long as I'm talking about the personal planets in that chart, they are in Aries of all signs. And many of them are in the 9th house. And the 9th house, I think, is the house of Sagittarius, which is another fire sign. So it's like double fire. And fire signs tend to be pretty impulsive. You know, they're not at all like earth signs, like how I am as a person. And so my actor asteroid is just made up of so much fire, which is sort of crazy. But, after I saw that, it suddenly made sense to me. Why the hell am I so impulsive as an actor? Because it's fucking made of fire. That asteroid is just so much fire sign influence, and fire signs are kind of impulsive. I guess in my chart, in my natal chart, I do also have like a Moon and Pluto conjunction, which this gives you a lot of Scorpio energy. And a Scorpio is not a fire sign, Scorpio is a water sign. But Scorpio is just a very intense sign, so you just, like, to explain very, 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 very basically, it's like you just feel things very deeply. And, your moon is about your feelings, your emotions. And if you have your moon conjunct Pluto, Pluto is a very intense planet. I feel like Pluto intensifies everything. Anything that it could be conjunct, it just intensifies everything. And Pluto is also, I think Pluto is ruled by Scorpio. So it's very, very, very Scorpionic. You have that conjunct your moon, so your emotions, so you feel things very intensely. So I think that also plays into why I am so impulsive and maybe even intense as an actor, is because I have that. And I think that conjunction is in the 5th house too. So 5th house is kind of like, it is one of the relationship houses, but it's also about like having fun and creative expression. And I have my moon in the 5th house, so I think my Pluto is also in the 5th house. And this is a great thing for an actor, because it just adds this sort of intensity to anything that you could act, because acting has a lot to do with emotions, doesn't it? So I think that also adds to why I am such an impulsive actor and possibly kind of intense. Anyway, that's kind of all I wanted to talk about tonight. In this video, just wanted to talk some about acting, because I am in the middle of this voiceover order right now that is kind of challenging me in a new way. And hopefully I will get to show that to you. I cannot promise, okay, but I am really hoping that I can. So yeah, I hope that maybe next time you see me, maybe I am posting that video of the process of how I recorded that specific order. But I hope that you have enjoyed this, and if you are interested in acting, maybe you have gotten something out of this for yourself, or discovered something about yourself even, as you were listening to me talk about what I am like as an actor. And yeah, I will see you next time. Bye-bye.